Yeah, yeah,
It's really
absolutely,
interesting, isn't
absolutely.
it? It's this is a time when you actually need to reinvest in training and developing your people.
Absolutely. So, and again, I think it's you are their psychotherapist, getting them through the trauma and the shock of disease and
Right.
change and furlough and working from
Hmm.
home and Zoom and which button do I push for certain generational people. And then on the other side, it's exactly what you're talking about, which is opening them up. And then really there's some very light shepherding,
Hmm.
mentoring, the passing down of wisdom. Let's look at mentoring. We don't know what's going on, and the past is not necessarily a great predictor. So I think there's a limit to mentoring.
Right.
But what is coaching? Coaching is bringing out the potential. So that's exactly what we need to be doing.
Hmm. When you have such a structure, I think it's much easier to coach them into scenario planning. You said it brilliantly that the past really can't help us at this time.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the key.
Yeah.
I think, I tell you what, for managers, it really is letting go and saying, you don't know. And then that releases more trust
Right.
to the team. And it is extraordinary. If we look at social
Right.
media, I've been working on various sort of racial and whiteness issues. And I must say, I've gone down the rabbit hole of hours of amazing and sophisticated um, dialogues,
Hmm.
discourses between sophisticated professors, all sorts across the spectrum.
Hmm.
And it's been amazing. There is so much talent out there, and
Hmm.
it's all absorbing. It's all being absorbed by us. It's all being absorbed by 20 somethings and 30
Right.
somethings. It's in there. I've been so impressed by all this knowledge, and younger people,
Hmm.
the workforce now, it's inside. So again, our job is to just draw it out, maybe marshal it. I mean, I did do a
Yes.
gig where, for a very important person with $1 billion budget, he was trying to. I mean, he was a tough guy from Russia. He was just saying, "All right, Matthew, it's got too soft and mushy, too much hugging and crocheting in the woods around marshmallows and a fireplace."
Hmm.
So his idea of the sort of the essence of management was the allocation of attention, the allocation of focus. Will this activity, this idea, this initiative, what's the return on that initiative? So a different ROI, what's the return on that initiative? So it was a combination of be an
Hmm. Hmm.
entrepreneur, use whatever talents you have, but also just be mindful of almost time management or energy management. And I thought I mean, he was a super
Right.
successful guy. And I thought this was a marrying of
Hmm.
various schools of thought about management, coaching, human potential. And it
Hmm.
was really
Hmm.
working. It was really working.
Taking that, the when you said about refocusing, this is a time to be bold and creative. And
Absolutely.
it does mean that you need to let your teams take risks,
Good.
um, calculated risks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And this is not the time to be faint hearted,
Yeah,
because moving forward requires, I think, all of us to be bold and creative. And you're right about the people, the current workforce, and especially the 20 and 30-year olds, really do know how to create teams that understand the current issues of diversity, for example, and inclusion. They understand a lot, and they have, as you said, embodied um, knowledge that they have
yeah,
learned
yeah.
about racism, issues of inequities. Um, Harness them. That's the
Exactly.
key.
So I think everyone's whinging on about Generation Z being a bunch of what's it, mollycoddled, fragile snowflakes who aren't resilient. I think these guys are much more accepting of difference, and with a little bit of encouragement, can access a gold mine of knowledge and ideas that we never had exposure to. We just didn't
Right.
have the volume going in. Probably a
Mhm.
week in a Generation Z or Z's life represented a year of mine, and so that's again, get out of their way and let them do this. Okay, so
Yeah.
I think we've done that. So what's the magic wand? What's the takeaway from our little film for the viewers? How would you summarize what we've talked about today?
Harnessing everyday genius in your workplace. I just love that notion of everyday genius. I just think that if you can capture that, guide that, coach, you can't do anything wrong. You actually will probably be ahead of everybody in whatever industry that you're in.
Exactly, and now is the time to do it. By 2021, it will be, unfortunately, far too late. Always a pleasure to talk to you. It's an inspiration. I know the viewers love you too. Take great care. We'll see you soon and talk about some other life and work
Take care.
changing idea. Take care. Thanks, viewers. See you next time.
Bye.